make 190.
Yeah.
Anthony Joshua's gigantic.
So big.
He's so big. He's so much bigger. So, of course, like, his punch that he knocks Tyron Woodley out cold with, Joshua just eats it.
Yeah.
As Jake felt his punching power, those doubts AJ seeded in his mind were surely consuming Jake's inner monologue, because what was occurring in the fight validated what AJ had said.
I do think it is a freak show, if I'm honest. I also think it's dangerous. I'm sat here as a boxing promoter and I see what goes on with the medicals before and after fights and how dangerous the sport is. And I saw Callum Simpson, the fight should have been stopped way before it was.
Joe Rogan went off on Anthony Joshua after Jake Paul suffered what he described as a career-threatening knockout. Rogan emphasized Joshua's sheer size and power, calling him absolutely gigantic. He detailed how Joshua landed a massive right hand with full force, breaking Paul's jaw, underscoring the vast gap in strength and physicality, and how facing someone of Joshua's stature represents an entirely different level of danger.
I give Jake so much credit for stepping into that ring.
Bro, he got hit with a bomb, a right-hand bomb.
When he got hit with that too, I don't know if enough has been made of the fact that, I mean, it was absolutely devastating. But the fact that he had awareness immediately to go like...
Joe Rogan detailed the severity of Jake Paul's injuries from the fight, revealing that he lost teeth and absorbed punishing blows. He noted that Paul is now struggling to eat properly, underscoring how serious the damage was. Rogan warned that repeated mismatched fights could threaten Jake's career, emphasizing the long-term risks of facing opponents far bigger and stronger. He criticized taking unnecessary dangers for entertainment or record padding and urged Paul to carefully reconsider future matchups to protect his health and longevity in the sport.
Just deal with the fact that Anthony Joshua is going to connect with a bomb and breaks his jaw in 2 places.
Yeah.
And he's fucked. His jaw's wired shut now. He lost teeth.
See, I mean, he made it to the 6th round.
Yeah.
Pretty wild.
Did they put your teeth back in when they pop out like that, or are they gone forever?
I don't know. But it's just wired shut for like 6 weeks now.
Yeah. You got to eat nothing but protein shakes. Bro.
Oof.
It's a crazy world. The thing is that I would hope that he recognizes.
Psychologist Derek Van Schick underscored the serious danger Jake Paul faced in his matchup with Anthony Joshua, stressing that the injuries sustained were far from minor. He explained that Joshua's power and precision created an extremely hazardous environment, highlighting a devastating right hand that fractured Paul's lower jaw in 2 places. Van Schick noted that such trauma causes immediate pain and functional problems, including difficulty eating, while also carrying significant long-term consequences for a fighter's career. He emphasized that stepping into the ring with a larger, more experienced opponent dramatically increases the risk of catastrophic damage. According to Van Schick, this fight stands as a stark example of how mismatched bouts, while entertaining to audiences, can place athletes in life-altering situations, reinforcing the need for proper preparation, caution, and respect for the sport's inherent dangers.
To limit the number of punches he threw and also aim a little lower to land that clean right-hand punch on the side of Jake's face, which fractured his lower jaw, still hospitalizing Jake Paul, but not actually killing him.
If Anthony Joshua won, Anthony killed this guy. Rolls-Royce, Fiat.
The variety of emotions we see in the final moments of the fight are fascinating. AJ finally corners Jake, hits him with a quick left-hand jab to the body, which lowers his guard, opening up a clean right-hand shot to the head. You can see AJ smile there when he sees Jake had fallen into his trap and knows that he's about to finish him off.
And then you just keep exploiting that. Some people give up, some people get knocked out.
Jake's body language and facial expressions when he knows it's all over for him is a little sad as he whimpers in the corner with that scared, nauseous look on his face, realizing this may be his final moment on Earth.
If I get hit with that shot, I'm screwed. I don't believe he's gonna hit me with those shots.
You gonna hit him with that?
100%, and land that right hand that he says is my only weapon.
If you look at Jake's eyes and face, he's pleading for mercy to AJ as if he's a child. Please don't do this.
Some people get knocked out.
It's actually quite surreal that the moment many of us were concerned what happened to Jake actually happened in real life.
If Jake Paul is left
up against the ropes with Anthony Joshua, unloading on him. Could be the end for him, literally. It could be his last day on earth.
Jake Paul was helplessly exhausted, badly beaten, and cornered where AJ could have unloaded a flurry of clean punches on Jake. When he takes that clean right shot from AJ, breaking his jaw in 2 places, and then falls to the ground.
And his chin served on a platter, and look at Jake Paul's face. He knew it right away. He said, woo!
Some wondered why Jake had that emotion of excitement.
Ben Shalom delivered a sharp critique of the Anthony Joshua versus Jake Paul fight, calling it a dangerous spectacle that crossed a critical line. He argued that while some crossover events can be framed as entertainment, this matchup involved real physical risk that was ignored. Shalom said the bout was driven largely by money, placing profit ahead of fighter safety. He also criticized officials for failing to stop the fight when necessary, allowing it to continue until serious injury became nearly inevitable. In his view, pushing fighters under these conditions turns a regulated sport into a potentially catastrophic event, serving as a warning against prioritizing spectacle and earnings over health and safety in boxing.
What's your worldview, Ben, on the Jake Paul, Anthony Joshua circumstance? I mean, a lot of people talking about the discredit it does to boxing. I don't put it in the category of boxing. I put it in the category of entertainment, and Anthony Joshua being introduced to America as a media star. What's your overall view of what it does or doesn't do for boxing? Jake Paul being licensed in a fight that many people think that he shouldn't have been licensed to fight, in a commission that often does that. As a promoter, do you think it's a bad look for boxing, or are you thinking it doesn't really matter? It's not really what boxing's about?
I usually and have said in the past that things can be things, you've got to take it for what they are. But in this occasion, I do think it is a freak show, if I'm honest. I also think it's dangerous. I'm sat here as a boxing promoter and I see what goes on with the medicals before and after fights and how dangerous the sport is. And I saw Callum Simpson. The fight should have been stopped way before it was, but was in trouble on Saturday night. It's all a bit of fun and it's all a money grab until someone gets seriously hurt, seriously damaged, and then the whole sport comes into disrepute. For me, it makes a mockery of the sport of boxing. For me, it's no one in the industry wants to talk badly about it because everyone's lined, the pockets are getting lined, and when you look at that, and kids will look at that, and fans will look at that, and sponsors will look at that, and think that that is boxing. As I say, we're one punch away from something serious, and yeah, it's
Ben, on the flip side of that argument, mate, you will tell me that you knew that Chris Eubank wasn't right to go into that fight.
No, but let's be completely honest, right? Whatever you want to say about that fight, these are 2 experienced professional fighters. Chris Eubank Jr. has been in fights previously in his career where he's not been 100% for. You cannot justify.
Jake Paul faced a severe test against a much larger and taller Anthony Joshua. During the fight, he repeatedly dropped to a knee, placing himself in significant danger. Each fall carried the real risk of ligament damage or long-term injury, similar to what Julio Cesar Chavez Jr. suffered against Sergio Martinez. The sequence underscored the extreme risk of facing an opponent of Joshua's size and experience, highlighting the heavy physical toll such a matchup can exact.